Hi there, this is Steve Spencer from Freshagenda. This is our normal weekly update. This week I'm bringing you the highlights from our Global Dairy Directions Outlook, which has just been updated at the end of May. The big things we're looking at the moment are a market that's pretty much in balance, so we don't see a lot of dramatic change in prospect, but a few variables that might alter that. As we look out, New Zealand holds the key, I guess. We see prices softening a little as we go further into 2017, and expectation that New Zealand milk is going to come back. New Zealand milk production is going to come back a lot stronger after a couple of years of decline. New Zealand's weather is the key. According to weather forecasts now, they're saying a 50-50 chance of an El Nino is on the way. The other thing that's important in New Zealand is a recent revision to farm gate milk price expectations. Next year's price, nominated by Fonterra, is now up to $6.50 per kilo milk solids. That should lift hearts and put a bit more confidence into the industry. On the other side of the ledger though, there's a great deal of pressure for balance sheets on farm to be repaired through better cash flow, so just how much real expansion occurs is going to be interesting to watch. European milk production has been slowed down because of a really big cold snap. That's tightened supply and pushed up values in the European markets. That cold snap's gone, we're seeing weather warm up again now, and Europe is heading for a pretty strong second half recovery on some very poor numbers from last year's. Trade around the world isn't really igniting yet. It is picking up in some regions, but still fairly flat overall. Some interesting developments though in terms of who might win share and who might be a bit more aggressive. The lower US dollar should certainly help the US industry move some of their growing cheese stocks. The American currency should slide. The Trump party is certainly over. Kufifi. The outlook for oil, which is critical to the prospects for demand from a few critical regions, such as the Middle East, North African regions, the latest outlook suggests the oil market's going to stay fairly flat. Elsewhere, butterfat prices have gone nuts in the last month. They've gone higher than before. The panic has really set in. Their prices are well ahead of underlying fundamentals. We've looked forward as to what might change that dynamic in Europe, whether it's a change in consumption, a change in milk availability as production picks up a bit, and just what might that do to butter values as we go through the year. And finally, with the surge in prices we've seen in butterfat, and that's brought a couple of other products along with it, we are lifting our Australian milk price expectations, and we'll release that update next week. That's a wrap. It's goodbye from me.